Hey guys, I'm very excited to show you guys the anniversary event as pretty much a whole because we have almost all information and we also have 100% absolute indisputable proof that Honora, Valderon, and Lucius Banner will all be next week, and I can guarantee it. And then we have like a rough timeline for Kratos. Before we get into that, though, I have to say thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for all the support. I never thought we would make it this far, and just now we're already pushing to 5,000 subscribers, which is crazy. And I'm also almost at a million views, which is crazy. So I just had to say thank you guys so much. If you want to support the channel in any way, just like the videos and subscribe, and it really does help a lot. Helps me keep going with this type of thing. And shout out to all of the people that helped me: Rokanshi, Erasus, Panther, and T. Let's get back to the video though. Now, before I get into these images, and there is a lot more aside from this that I have to show you guys, I'm going to just say that this is the anniversary event. So the Gala of Tia is a mix between the Honora event and the anniversary event. As you can see, you get two exclusives, one for Helga, which is one of the best exclusives, and Honora's, which makes her a little bit more useful in terms of rage regen, because this is how she will get rage. And it's going to last from the 24th, aka in a few days, to the 14th. And it's going to be pretty long. We're going to have a lot of events in between there. We're going to basically have a Nora event, some anniversary stuff. You know how it is. And it's going to be very, very cool. And I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. So, to start off, I already kind of recorded this already, so I'm going to streamline it a little bit. So if it seems like I've read it already, that's because I have. It just didn't turn out very well. Everything is in a different language. I can't help that at all. Shout out to Rokanshi for the screenshots. Shout out to Panther, Erasus, and T for all helping me out. I do very much appreciate it. But as you can see on this screenshot, this is the way you get the Idril skin. It's going to be just a series of quests, and you'll also get the anniversary kind of currency, which is for the shop, which I will show in a quick second. As you can see, you get these cakes for each of them. So essentially, when you beat 60 quests, you also get cakes on the bottom one right here, which I will show in a second. Then you're able to get Barba. Barba only needs 30 fragments. You're going to get him around like 45 probably is what that is. Maybe 50. And then Idril skin is at 60. It should be pretty easy to get. The event lasts for like 20 days, so I don't think it's that big of a rush. Idril skin, very raunchy if you ask me, but I mean, it's a cool skin, I guess. And we also get an ancient, we get a bunch of normal summons, and pretty cool stuff right there. But the main standout is the currency, and I'll get into why in a second when I show off the shop. So here we have the premium currency. You know, every event has premium currency for the premium items, and then normal currency for the normal stuff. We get more cakes here. I don't know what the quests will be, but we'll just see that when it drops, and it's very interesting there. Now, I'm going to take a break from all of these images to kind of show you guys the anniversary store. As you can see, I have bookmarks because there's so much stuff. But here's the anniversary store that we're going to have to be dealing with, and it's pretty good. This is probably the best store for an event we've ever had. As you can see, we get the two exclusives, which I mentioned before. One of them is for the normal stuff, one of them is for the flawless stuff. We're also getting Helga shards for the Helga fusion, which is when this is kind of dropping, around the 27th or so. And then we get ancient summoning crystals. You can get 4 full ancients if you buy them all. Diamonds, you can get about, 400 diamonds. That's not too shabby. Mythic extract does not exist. Who cares? Gleaming meteorite is finally in some of these shops, which is amazing. I love that. That's like, on average, you'll get maybe one exclusive through those. I don't really know. We're going to get some rare summoning crystals, some auto fights. I know some people farm too much and don't have any auto fights. It's pretty good shop, if you ask me. So it's going to be pretty easy to get the currency. That's not the only way to get the currency. I will get into the other ways in a second, as you can see some of these screenshots. But before that, let's talk about the banners. So, as you could see on the left in this image, we have 4 banners, and one of them has a 2x, and also shows a rate up. So that means that on this image, we have 3 insane banners. We have Valderon and Ymrit, which is what we're looking at. We have Nora at the same time. And we have Lucius, Boreas, and Ares at the same time, which is crazy. And this answers the question of, does Lucius, Ares, and Boreas work on divines? The answer is yes. And I can also say that Lucius got buffed recently before getting released. He now has 100% chance to cleanse the buffs from the other boss. So like it's buff removal. Sorry, is what I should have said. He is going to be able to do that much better now. He's going to be a must-have for the second guild boss, I think, is how it's kind of projected to look like. That's definitely what it's for. And then we're also having Deimos on the banner, so this is the best time to pull for Deimos, who is, in my opinion, a top 2 rarest epic in the game, maybe top 3. Estrid and Iona, in my experience, are rare, but it is all relative. But we have all of these banners together. My personal verdict is, do not pull on the Valderon banner unless you have Praetus. If you do not have Praetus, skip the banner. I will have a Shudi summon when it comes out. Do not pull for Valderon. He is not anywhere close to Praetus level. Praetus is so important. With every new content, you need Praetus. Praetus is the best Guild Boss 2 unit. As of now, Valderon is not worth summoning for, neither is Ymert. So, although Ymert is better than Jira, so it's like closer of a banner than than you'd think. I still would not recommend it personally. If you love Valderon, go for him. It's up to you. Ain't nobody stopping you, but just keep that in mind. And then over here we have the Honora thing. It's a limited summoning. It's not a nation. No, sorry. It's not a Argent summoning. There was a official kind of anniversary video thing from Watcher of Realms, and they said Argent summoning for Honora, which doesn't make a lot of sense because that's not something that exists. And lots of people were asking me, hey, what does this mean? And the answer is, it doesn't mean anything. Because they messed it up again. That's the third infographic or the third piece of information that's been incorrect from official accounts in the game. This is why I still have a job doing this, is because they don't do it right. No shade, but yes, I'm throwing shade. But we get the Honora banner, and then we get this banner like I talked about. Ares is pretty good, Lucius is very good, Boreas is very good. Nothing like insane, but is definitely very cool. 2 new units. But ain't nobody care about that. We're going for the actual events now. And as you could see, we have this image. I've been putting this in thumbnails a lot because we had it very early, but it looks like, first of all, 100% confirmation, once again, that we're having Lucius, Boreas, and Ares banner along with Ymert and Honora. It just makes sense. That's just how it is. And then we have the puzzle piece right here, which is going to be for some sort of puzzle event, whatever. And then we get a calendar. We get the quests that I showed you guys already, the shop that I showed you guys already, and then we also have some stages. And the stages are very interesting. There's a lot to unpack there, and it's going to take a little bit of time to explain. And I might be wrong. I do have to preface this by saying I could be wrong. It is very confusing. Does not make a ton of sense, but I will try to explain. So, this is the Constellation that I leaked like 3 months ago. This has been in the files for forever, and we have a lot of stuff going on in this image. We have all the currency over here. Clearly, we have 10 stages. And then we have Ymeret on the screen, some sort of cold stage. I do have the screenshots of the event stages, so I will go into those in a minute. But you could see that we have like skills at the top. So this either means that this is the boss's skills and we have to plan around this, or this is like we use the unit for it and that shows. I don't think it'll be that. That's just a suggestion. This is probably like, oh, it's a boss stage or like a themed event and you have to kind of plan around this. This is probably where Honora will be very good because obviously they want to make the new heroes seem better than they are. So they're always going to design content around them. And yeah, so we have that. We have Valderon over here, who essentially is the same thing. We got all the skills at the top, which I've had information on for a little while. I talked about it in the past, but only briefly. And then we have the themed stages, same type of currency. Clearly, it's going to be a series of stages, themed stages with some sort of difficulty to them, and they're going to be very interesting. So that's definitely hype. I really like the theming here. Very, very cool. And then the thing that a lot of people are excited for, which is the tower. The tower seems like purely an event stage, not an actual stage. It looks like you get your rewards based on these tokens. I do not know how to get the tokens, but they are something there. And this is going to be a main source for these kind of elite level stuff. And then we have a lot of really confusing stages, which I will go over in a second once again. Very, very cool there. Tower is going to be kind of fun. I also have some event enemies, maybe not for the tower, maybe for the other stuff, but I do have some things there, and I do have the maps for this type of thing. So that's everything in this batch, but I do have more. As you can see, I bookmarked everything. The anniversary video, which has been officially talked about, but not the contents of it, which I do have. Anniversary story, I'll go over in a second. Let me unmute my Discord quickly so that you guys can actually see that. If I can. No, it's not working. My computer's really bad right now, and it doesn't want to work. But let's just keep it going. Anyways, so we have first of all the anniversary story, which I think I should cover. As you can see, these are some screenshots. We got those stages on the left for the Yimmerit. We have the stages for the Valderon. We have the Valderon kind of story there. We have the Yimmerit story there. And then some sort of story at the top, which is pretty interesting. We have Hars and I think Valkus's daughter. I'm not 100% sure. Over here, we got a bunch of ice enemies, which are definitely Yimmerit type things. And then we have things at the top. And you might be thinking, what are these enemies in there? And I actually have that information. So let's go over to this. These are the enemies in those images. And these seem to be correlating to the two kind of things, which are going to be the Yimmerit one and the Valderon one. As you can see, we have the red ones for the Valderon, blue ones for the Yimmerit, and there's some more on the bottom that we don't really have stuff for. Let me go to the animation while I talk about them. So the head looks like a flying enemy. We got two mages. We got some sort of tanky thing and some sort of fast thing. Another fast thing, a spear guy. We have a tank thing at the bottom, which is a little hard to see, I know, but bear with me here. And then we have some bombers, which is pretty cool. And then we also have some maps here. You can kind of look. It's pretty strategic, definitely very haphazardly placed, but we have these. I'll just keep flicking through. If you want to pause, you can. Just know that these are a bunch of stages that are for whatever they are for. I assume a lot of these are for tower, is my guess. We have like barricades, which is cool, and yeah, so definitely very interesting things there. Now I'm going to quickly cover the Ajax skin here. You know, we got the Ajax skin. We have, if I scroll up, sorry, ignore a lot of this stuff. We have some new skins. Ymir and Boreas skins will be coming out around the banners, which is pretty cool. And then I think the last thing to talk about is the anniversary video before I let you all go. I know it's a lot of information, but it's a pretty big event. So here we have the anniversary stuff. This is for kind of showing stats for the game. It looks like this is going to be amount summoned or some sort of summoning statistic. We're going to have something based on the amount of heroes we clear, is my guess. We have something about how many awakenings we did. I have no idea what this is. This might be a guild boss related. Well, obviously it's a guild boss related thing, but I don't know what for. Here, I don't know what this is for either. If you guys have any suggestions, please comment down below for anything in the video. I love reading them. Here, it's going to be how many achievements or something like that. Here, I have no idea. This is probably going to be how many times we won and placed first. This is going to be how many stages we cleared or monsters killed, is my guess. Here is going to be resources collected, most likely. So yeah, very, very cool stuff there. I'm definitely very excited. I hope you guys are too. Very, very cool kind of stage thing. Not stage, very cool event type thing. And I'm really excited. So it's going to be really cool. So I don't really have anything else more to add. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. I will have some more videos out on the guild boss and whatever pretty soon. But I am working pretty hard right now on a lot of things, so I'm doing my best to have regular uploads. Sorry if I drop this a bit late in the day. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, that's about it for me. Destined, signing out.